Hi, welcome. My name is Ashley Mott. I am a teacher here at Godwin High School. This is my collaborative teacher, Coach Thomas. This is an Econ and Personal Finance class. Today we're doing a lesson all about auto insurance, kind of playing the review game and then going to a scenario-based activity where they're going to have to look at the scenario and choose what auto insurance policies they need to make sure that their accident is covered. Let's do it. Okay, up on Schoology, you will see that please remember yesterday we did the instruction. You have an activity that is due to be completed tomorrow. You'll be getting another one. Those are the first two activities that we will be actually doing in class to review all of the work that you've been doing. Today, the first thing, kind of insert humor. I always love to kind of add a little humor to everything. Take a look. I did put a dry erase marker on your tables so that you can jot down some things. So discuss at your table what this means, or maybe kind of discussion of like having no idea what it's referring to. Does anyone see why this is supposed to be comical? Yes, Seth.
Well, when you go to the doctor, your insurance won't always cover all types of medicine, and so the humor derives from the insurance not covering all types of laughter, but only chuckles, snickers, and giggles.
So yes, so does insurance cover everything? How do we know what our insurance covers? On the policy. So now we're going, those of you who have joined in, you have your word bank on the table. You guys have picked your teams. Though the one team that has not gotten in, please get in. It is 5735. Once again, because you have the word bank on your actual table, pick your answer first before hitting the buzzer. This isn't a race to who can hit the buzzer first. Kind of review vocabulary. All of these terms are things that we've covered the past two class periods. So hopefully, Game of Jeopardy, not so difficult. Winning team always gets a chance to win what? Some candy. So out of my 3 birthdays today, Sam, when was your birthday? January 17th. Kylie, when was yours? January what? 21st. 21st, and then when was yours? Which is 22nd? Okay, so since it is just recently Will's birthday, you have first choice to pick. Insurance vocab 200?
Yeah.
So please, once again, before you hit the buzzer, circle, mark out. One thing that you will realize that if we actually use one word, what happens to your word bank at your table? It actually is going to decrease. So maybe the game gets a little bit easier going through it. So first one.
Can we write on this?
Yes, this is yours to write on. This is yours to write on. You can write on everything. The insured's request for payment due to loss incurred and covered under the policy agreement. Team Pineapple. Who's Pineapple? Team Pineapple.
What is claim?
It is. Claim. So Team Pineapple, where are we going now?
We're going to insurance vocab 3 for 300.
So 3 for 300. Someone or something named to receive proceeds or benefits. Donut Child, the answer. Kind of. Darnell. Team Darnell. What's your answer? No. So the second one, who is second? Our Onion. Who's Team Onion? Yes. What is that, Colin? Beneficiary. Someone or something named to receive the proceeds or benefits. Beneficiary. So, I'll give you credit. So, Team Onion, where are we going? Insurance vocab, which one? What are 3? If, in the insurance context, it is the written contract between the insured and the insurer. So Pineapple back here.
What is policy?
Yes, it is the policy. Where do we want to go, Pineapple?
Insurance vocab 1 for 100.
1 for 100. What should we be doing? Your vocabulary list on your desk right now. Is it the same 11 words that you started with? No, hopefully you've been crossing off some of the words. Now, vocab 1, 100. A person or a company offering insurance policies in return for premiums. So call Darnell, we back here? Who's Darnell? A person or company offering insurance policies. Let's see who is 2. Team Brianna. No, it is a person or company offering. Who is the one that's offering? 3, lemon. Who are the lemons? The insurer. Remember, we need to make sure we understand the difference between the insurer and insured or policy holder. The insurer. So Team Lemon, that was only 100, but you got some points on the board. So Team Lemon, where are we going? Vocab 1, 300. The amount of money that has to be paid for an insurance policy. My Brianna, Team Brianna. Premium. So Brianna, how many points was that? 300? That's what I thought. Where do you guys want to go?
Yeah, go to insurance.
Insurance. 4, the 2 or the 3? You guys going back and forth?
Vocab 2, 300. Yeah, 4.
This one?
Yeah.
The amount of expenses the insured must pay before the insurance company will continue toward the covered item. So Brianna, who's Brianna again? Are you guys Brianna?
Yeah.
Yes. It is the deductible. So the amount that you have to pay if you file a claim, you might have to reach your deductible first before insurance comes into play. We will be discussing that with auto insurance because yesterday, when collision and comprehensive, what comes into play first? A lot of times we have to reach that deductible, and we should be aware of our deductible because do we plan on getting in car accidents? No, especially. And when does your insurance pay out? When does your insurance pay out? Yes, Jeremiah.
When you hit someone else.
When you hit someone else, when you cause the accident, when you hit someone else, or when you collide into someone. So Team Brianna, 1, or 2? 200. The expenses and losses that are not reimbursed by insurance. No. Number 2, onion. Who's my onion? No. 3, lemon. Yes, out-of-pocket expenses. So we do, at times, have to pay a deductible. And then sometimes our insurance policies only cover up to so much. Anything above. For example, if your insurance coverage only covers $20,000 on collision, but your expenses to replace or to fix your car is $25,000. You pay the deductible, and then anything exceeding your limit, you're also responsible for. That is out of pocket. That's out of your own pocket, money that you have to outlay in order to get things done. So which one? 1 or 2 or 3, 100?
2.
Exposure to danger, harm, or loss. So my onion, yes. Yes, risk. And the final, final one. The person, group, organization whose life or property is covered by an insurance policy. We heard the other part of this word. So, Team Brianna? No, it's not policyholder. Two, who's my two? My pineapple.
Oh my gosh.
Insured. Yes. We need to understand the difference between insurer, insured. Winner is Team Brianna. So at the end of class, come up, I'll give you some candy. Now we are going to transition into the activity for today. I am, and you will be, going to Schoology. There are 8 teams. You are working as a group. So how many submissions should I see on Schoology? 8. Do you each need to fill this out and put on Schoology? No. That's why you only need 1 computer per group. I'm also passing out a paper copy. So when we reference and go through the policy, you know what Isaac's coverage is. And I have highlighted the things that we're paying attention to. Every single group is going to be handed a different scenario. All scenarios are different. So your portions of his policy will be different to cover the exact instance, exact scenario that your group is going to have. So you're going to read through this scenario, and then you're going to pick out of the 6 policies, what is relevant to your scenario. So in order so we're all on the same page, what are the 6? I do need some volunteers for readers. Who can read collision for me? What is part of collision? Yes, Jeremiah.
Pays for damage to your vehicle from hitting another vehicle or object. $500 deductible, $10,000 limit.
So what does this mean? You pay a premium to get this policy. When you file a claim, because you have physically collided with something, whether it be a telephone pole, your garage door, another vehicle, or a house, something that you physically collide with something, you are then responsible for paying what before your insurance kicks in? $500. And then how much will your insurance cover up to? $10,000. So if the damage is more than $10,000, are you going to have additional out-of-pocket expenses? Yes. So now the second one, comprehensive. Yes, Colin.
Comprehensive pays for the damage to your car from things like theft, fire, or weather. Deductible for $500, and the limit is $15,000.
So what is the difference? I said when we collision, it is when we hit something. What kind of is consumed with comprehensive? What is covered under comprehensive? Yes, Colin.
Like fire, storm damage.
Fire, storm damage. When you hit a wild animal, such as a deer, it is comprehensive. So comprehensive actually covers when you hit a wild animal. Because do you know that that deer is running across that road? No, it's come out of the blue. So that is one thing that even though you collide with something, it is covered under comprehensive. Yes?
What if the deer is like not moving?
Well, sometimes a deer is like a deer in headlights. They don't move. But did you anticipate the deer being in the middle of the road? Is it typically that a deer stands in the middle of a road? No. So that is one thing with an insurance that is covered on a comprehensive versus collision, and it might be a little bit tricky. Because there are times where these things happen, and they're actually quite scary, but they do happen more often than not. Yes, Jeremiah?
So like comprehensive is just like things you can't really control.
You can control. You can't control a tree falling on your car. You can't control when water has flooded and it has come into your vehicle, just like you can't control that deer. There's no way to control that. Can you control yourself backing into your garage? Yes. So that is a little bit different between collision and comprehensive. Medical payments. Volunteer for medical payments. Thank you again, Colin.
Medical payments pays for medical costs if you or a passenger are hurt in a car accident. There's no deductible and it's $100,000.
So the medical payments, who are they paying for? People in your vehicle or people in the other people's vehicle? Your vehicle. Now we have those other coverages that take care of things that you could potentially hit or harm. The first one, bodily injury. The 2 liabilities that were mandated by state law to have, bodily injury and property damage. Yes, Jeremiah?
Bodily injury pays for costs related to injuries someone suffers in an accident you caused, but does not pay for their injuries. No deductible, $100,000 per person, $300,000 per accident.
Per accident. So you have one that covers up to the maximum limit for one individual, and then everything for the entire accident. So property damage. Now are we talking about your car or someone else's car now with the property damage liability? Other person's car. Do I have a volunteer to read property damage liability? Go for it, Colin.
Property damage pays for damage you cause to another person's property, particularly their vehicle while driving. There's no deductible, and then 100,000 per accident.
And last but not least, uninsured driver. It's uninsured and sometimes underinsured because sometimes you get hit and the person doesn't have enough insurance to cover all of your expenses. And unfortunately, there's always the case that someone hits you and then flees the scene, that hit and run. So you have part of your coverage on your auto insurance for underinsured and uninsured. So for Isaac's policy, the uninsured, what does it cover? So Caleb, can you read for me?
Uninsured driver pays for costs you face if someone hits your car but doesn't have insurance, no deductible, $100,000.
So yes, it does cover Isaac up to $100,000. He does not have to pay. You will see on the handout that you have in front of you and also the one that is on Schoology, and I will direct you to Schoology in a moment, that you have this chart. Your chart is going to be filled out for your specific scenario. These two will be discussed tomorrow in class. I'm giving you time to work on the class and collaborate with your teams. You're each going to be given a scenario, 1 through 6. There are 2 different groups that will have same scenarios just because there's only 6 scenarios. For this, realize there's three rows. Not every scenario has 3 things that apply to it. So if only one applies, fill in 1. So you list the type of coverage that is needed based on your scenario. Does Isaac have this coverage? Yes, it's part of the policy. He has all 6, so you will be checking yes for each one. Then it asks you, how much is the deductible? Do we care what the deductible is? Should you care what your deductible is on your car insurance? Yes, because are you paying that or is insurance paying that? You're paying that. It is your responsibility. So what is Isaac's responsibility for this portion of coverage? And then, what is the insurance paying for? And please read, it says subtract deductible, whatever the damage was, subtract out the deductible, that's what your insurance is paying for. But please pay attention to that limit, because sometimes your insurance doesn't cover all the damage. And then last but not least, I want you to analyze the difference. What are you saving by having insurance? So how much is your out-of-pocket expenses with insurance, which it would just be your deductible, and anything over, and then what is the total expense? You'll see that there's a drastic difference because in life, do we need insurance for things? And for auto insurance, there is state law that mandates that we have auto insurance. Yes, Colin?
What do you mean by some insurance won't cover it to the limit?
For some of the instances, because up at the top with the policy, explicitly stated, certainly for comprehensive, that it only covers damage up to $15,000. If there's damage over $15,000, that's more out-of-pocket costs for you. So Coach Thomas and I are here to help with each of the teams, but I do want to pass out your scenarios so you have time to work on your scenarios. The handout that I gave you, it is actually on Schoology as well. It needs to be filled out and completed on Schoology. At the end, there's 3 reflection questions. And with any accident, if you hit someone else, your insurance is more concerned with the other person or your own vehicle.
Yeah, we were in the
The other person. So which of these policies, of the 6 policies, covers the other people's kind of harm to themselves and also the proper damage? So look at that to see which things, and you're checking them, and so then we're going to put them down and actually, yes, the property damage and Genevieve, the bodily injury damage. Okay, your scenario is a large deer ran in front of Isaac's car while he was driving on the highway and he hit it. The impact totaled his car. The cash value of Isaac's car is $16,000. So what part of his policy covers this instance? Comprehensive. And does he have comprehensive? Yes. Yes. Thanks for watching our lesson today. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day. And then